sound, student. Got it? Okay. I call for students because they do everything here. They do everything for me. I appreciate everybody being here. This is Highland High School JAG program, and our NCA is the National Career Association, which is JAG's student-led organization. Some people still get confused about that, but we do have classes that have what we call CTSOs attached to them. And these particular programs are really thriving in our county. Our CTE programs in Crenshaw County are exploding. We have far more JAG students than you see sitting here simply because it's impossible to gather on the same day because we are so actively pursuing work-based learning and occupational trainings and field trips associated with some of these CTEs and other classes. So it is what it is. There are 68 strong in this particular class, which is about a quarter, I believe, about a quarter of the high school enrollment here at Highland Home. So just real briefly, in case you don't know, I want everyone to understand a little bit about what JAG is. JAG is a program instilled in about 49 high schools in Alabama. I believe that's how many programs they have running right now. Each program has between technically 45 and 65. We went a little robust and went just a tick over that, but that's okay. And these programs are designated for students who have any barriers. Now, don't get this mistaken into thinking our students may not graduate. That is not the case. I have children who have graduated who would have qualified to be in JAG. IEP, split homes, lots of things that may distract a student. And we all have them. I'm here to tell you in this environment, we just all have students that struggle with things. So what JAG does is writes a whole program where you can hone in if a student's failing English, well then we can help because I have a smaller caseload. I don't have 120 or 30 students today. I have 68, which is less than, of course. I can designate more time per student. But we also do remediation, we do career planning, we do college applications, we help with resumes, and we also have people on the county level that do that with these students. I'm just here to back them up. But we also build them a career track. And for 12 months after high school, I'm in their pocket. And they can call me anytime, even beyond that. But I'm a very direct resource for them for a year after they graduate. Ms. Flowers, can you help me do my taxes? Okay, so they have, what do I do for an apartment application? Okay, this is where we go. What are references? But they should know this before they graduate. Maybe they were absent that day. That's another barrier we choose to try to gap is absenteeism. Tons of things, over 60 items that I'm going to look at particularly and try to help them overcome. So, thank you for listening to all that. So with that being said, in the center of our room are our JAG students, except for one astray. We have, this is a very notable thing to mention, we've just gotten authorization from the Blue Burn Journal to offer work-based learning, and we have Trey Flowers with the camera, and he has a badge that says Blue Burn Journal, and we have William West here. He also has a badge that says Blue Burn Journal. These students are interested in the career, and they will be compiling all the information in the name of Blue Burn Journal, which I was super stoked if y'all understand names and using logos and copyright stuff. This is a big deal for us. So it'll be noted that these students will now be helping with reporting for the Blue Burn Journal from things going on at Highland Home. Now we have one over here that wants to be a sports reporter. Okay, how perfect is that for him to double and get some training? So this is what my mission with these students looks like. So these are students under your chairs. These are things my students wrote yesterday about what JAG helped them do, or something that was important to them, or how they felt, or how maybe something changed. So you're happy to take a look at them and just see. So each of them is from a different student, and I had the most fun looking at these. But I can't say enough good things about this group of students. I cannot. All right, so if we will, Richard, can you please begin with the Pledge of Allegiance? If everybody could please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, God. So we have a few things to do today. We're going to induct our chapter officers. We are going to talk a little bit about competition, which has brought light to Highland homeschool and recognition nationwide in places with our competitive events and their will to win. And we're also going to have a student testimony or two, prayerfully. I'm springing things on. We'll see who's so y'all can think about that. Let me know. And then we're going to close. But before we do that, we're also going to recognize our grantors and sponsors for our program. So now I'm going to turn this over briefly to our president and state president, Amber Majors, of the National Career Association for JAG.
Y'all bear with me, I'm just down getting over sinus infection, so I'm sounding a little rough. This JAG installation ceremony and the first of our associates' official meetings will now come to order. This candlelight represents the internal fire of a JAG member about to light up a successful career. Our experience in this career association and the life lessons we will learn in our Jobs for Alabama's Graduates program of work will pay dividends we currently do not and cannot understand. It represents the light of our personal ideals, our purposes. For now, we believe that as members of JAG, we have an opportunity to strengthen our individual, our family, and community life. We shall become tomorrow's success story. We shall succeed. Our logo represents our future. It is presented in our country's colors of red, white, and blue. The 3 red, white, and blue peace ribbons honor and remind us of the peace we experience as Americans and the ultimate daily peace we strive to obtain for all people of all races, all religions, all classes, and all cultures. The JAG bold letters in our logo are the acronym for the Jobs for America's Graduates program, of which we are all members. It reminds us of our goal of living tomorrow's dream and obtaining a fulfilling job. It provides the means by which we achieve high school graduation, and it represents the opportunities of growth we experience in the JAG Career Association. Can Savannah Edgar and Richard Michaels please approach me? At this time, we focus our attention on leadership. Good leaders are people who view the situation, recognize needs, and often motivate necessary action for the good of the entire association. They understand the importance of teamwork and cooperation in the fulfillment of responsibilities. I seek to be that kind of leader and will welcome your ideals as we jointly set goals, plan a course of action, establish committees and teams, and move this association of JAG forwards. At the end of this school term, we will look back on our accomplishments with pride and know that we have done our best to fulfill our goals and our dreams. Thank you, Ms.
White candles, each in representation of the National Career Association. Savannah's going to bring the blue candle back. Those are the goals and the missions of our National Career Association. They are civic awareness, social awareness, career development, service learning, and leadership development. These are our student-elected officers. They were elected by their peers. They have very particular jobs in our program, and they do work. I just want to, this shouldn't be undermined, that these students here put in more, and I don't want to say outshine, because that really isn't true to me. They have found their will to offer people help. They found their voice to be, to rise above some and be strong enough to say, what can I do? Where do we need this? They're brave enough to tell me sometimes, what are you doing? You know? So these guys were peer elected, and this is what JAG is about. We are peer-led and student-led, and it's getting stronger and stronger each year. So, Amber, I want you to introduce. Second page.
The following officers have been elected to serve this chapter for the coming year. Please stand as I call your name and raise your right hand. Savannah Edgar, President-elect. Richard Likens, Vice President of Leadership Development. Sean Kinman and Ashlyn Thompson, Vice Presidents of Career Development. Austin McCardle, Vice President of Social Awareness. Addison Hussey, Vice President of Civic Awareness. Tyler Holcomb, Vice President of Service Learning. Madeline Jane Crow, Secretary. Christopher Thompson, Treasurer. William West, Media Historian. Sandra Hall, Social Media Director. Now repeat after me. Highland Home JAG and NCAA officers, repeat after me. I will do the best of my ability, faithfully perform all the duties of the office to which I have been selected. You have heard the pledge of your officers have made. It is important that you support them in the performance of their duties, and they may be seated.
We will pin officers prior to leaving, Lauren. Okay? If all of our JAG and MCA members will stand, please, everybody in the center, and one right here. Just my NCA member. You can. Officer. Raise your right hand. Do you make a promise to me, your elected officials and officers, and your community to uphold the respect and dignity of this program set forth in all that you endeavor?
Yes.
You may take your seat. All right, so it was a little bit easier to hop around there, and I know at least one person having a panic attack over that. Now, I want everybody to know that JAG, we are federally granted. All the money that we're able to use is earned by the student or sponsor. And we have some really, really valuable and important people to us here today that I would like to recognize. And some formally, some help in every way possible, some help in ways that don't even really make sense to the students sometimes, and there are even names on this program that they may not recognize because these people are kind of behind the scenes helping. But I want us to look at the bottom here at our program, special thanks. Highland Homeschool JAG would like to extend a special thank you to those organizations and supporters. Please know that GEICO reached out to us, and this was unexpected, and I was so flattered and happy. And they offered to give Highland Home JAG specifically a sponsorship. In this sponsorship, we're going to do our best to purchase as many uniforms for our students to compete in as possible. And what I know is that when you feel presentable, you simply achieve higher. If you feel confident, you're able to define yourself better. You carry yourself with more pride, and you expect more of yourself to complete the whole. And when we compete in uniform, our students stand tall. You could see them so proud of themselves. And so this is what GEICO is going to do for Highland Home JAG. And we want to give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. And I have here, I think they have a bag. Okay. So this is Leslie Parker, GEICO. Okay, and so because we're little, we have this photo tip for you guys, and if there's anybody who wants to take a photo, I would love for that to happen during the ceremony, and so that we could just show our appreciation. Is there anyone else? You guys come on up so we can have a picture made. Yeah, you can bring your items. They brought gifts. They brought gifts for you guys.
For all the JAG students.
Yeah, we have, so this is a bag of her sunglasses, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah. And we'll get a picture with all of you guys in front of the jet before they leave. So, if there's any media, Trey Flowers. Did he run out?
I'll take it.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That was sweet. Thank you. And we will keep you updated on our progress. And there's a couple more things I have up my sleeve. And I'll just take that to the side. And I want you guys to have this. This is our first edition cookbook, and GEICO is going to be presented in that. And so that's a copy of you guys to keep and look at. They'll have a page in our next cookbook, second edition. It'll be coming out into January. Here's it says, only student recipes are in the cookbook, their favorites. We have ramen recipes in there. They were so interesting. Yes, they are ramen professionals. So anyhow, you'll find student recipes in the cookbook, and those will be for sale here. But thank you so much, Eating Geico. One more time, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. So now that brings me to another really, really important area in this whole financing and trying to struggle to get by all the time. We have, from RCND, Wiregrass, there's a grant that is an incomplete grant because it's still in motion. However, it was pretty quickly found to me that I was having to do a whole lot of follow-up with resumes after students graduated. And it's because they lost their access to their Chromebook. Makes sense. And it's really hard to make someone proficient in Microsoft Office if you only have a small, period of time. And so this just stayed on me and it stayed on me. And fortunately, Mr. Raymond Magoo he approached me and Mrs. Baines, our assistant principal, mentioned this grant that was out there. So I wrote it. And they have awarded Highland Home JAG School $10,000 to procure from a grant. And like I said, it's an incomplete grant because we're still going through the motions. But our students will have an opportunity to now fill in that requirement in those job postings that say must be proficient in Office. Because being proficient on a Google Chromebook is not where it's at nowadays. So that is our intention with this, and I would like to please introduce Mr. Raymond Magoo. And he's going to be a keynote for us, and he is a representative for them as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. I do want to recognize one of the board members of the Wiregrass RCND, Will Tate, who's our judge Tate here. Also Tom Purdue, who's someone representing for our District 25 Senator, Will Barfoot, to be here today. I told him when I looked at the report and I saw it was Randy, I thought it was my nephew that was going to give this report, and I started late, but she let me know it was me. But I have that happen a lot of times when you got 6 brothers and 2 sisters. You get called a little bit of everything. You just have to answer to it. Even my chairman on the commissioner has called me my brother's name quite a few times, and I know the answer when that happens. So we work through those kind of things. But I am a 1978 graduate of Highland High School, and proud of that, proud of this school, proud of what I've seen the changes that's been in this school. And I can remember when I was here, we had field trips. It wasn't to Washington, D.C. It was down to the football field to line the field with lime, and that was your field trip. That's where you went and worked every day. So to see the changes that's coming is just awesome. I look at myself, and I'm in the 4th quarter of my career, and I look out here and I see people that are just training for warm-ups to go into their careers, and it's really makes me feel just great to think. And we talk sometimes, especially our commissioners and our elected officials, we talk about who's going to take this country forward. Who is the next leaders? And when I come and see something like this, I see those leaders. I see they're sitting in here in front of us right now. That they're getting a head start than what I did. When I got into career of politics, which, don't get me wrong, being a salesman is what I was, is still politics. It's the same thing. You could go from one to the other. I found that out. Being a salesman, being politics, it's all the same. But it is serving people. And that's what it's for. That's what makes you great at this, is how you serve your public. So as you guys get a head start on us, they don't have to be older generation now to be in politics. To be an addition to the Highland Home family, to the Crenshaw County family, in our state. You guys have made that transition to they recognize us now statewide, which is awesome. And they're even known across the United States. And that is, that's quite an accomplishment that we're very proud of. The parents, I know the parents and teachers, alumni, the whole county. You know, I'm on the commissionership, and there's 5 of us. We represent each district, but we represent one Crenshaw County, is what we represent. And we're looking to try to keep jobs in Crenshaw County. That's our goal. We don't want you leaving here. We love all of you. Love your families. Your family wants you to stay here. We're embarking on a project of $22 million that people look at as a sports complex, the one that's playing land in Laverne. And a lot of people looking like that as sports, but it is careers. It is for business. We have to step out and find for businesses to come to Crenshaw County. And that's where our goal is. Now, as we do that, you're a very big part of this. Because when they say, well, who's going to work? If we bring these businesses in to go with this sports complex, where am I going to get my employees from? Who am I going to hire? What have you got to offer me as a business coming into this county? And I think we can stand up and say, we've got a JAG program in Highland that is ready. We've got kids on a rotation coming out of here that are be willing to work, to know what it is to work, to know what it is to earn a living. And I think that's just awesome. I think that's a big part of what all this is about. So as we become one Crenshaw, and that's what we try to do. I can name off blue, red, green in football and everything else. We're very competitive. We're awesome. We are awesome. Recognized statewide also in those areas. But we want to be one Crenshaw when it comes, and that's what we're hoping this Crenshaw County Sportsplex is all about, and spreading that out. So thank you so much for being on the forefront. Lacey, can't thank you enough for what you've done right here. Kids, my position as commissioner and Wiltates probate judge, we are servants of you guys. So if y'all need something, my door's open. And I thank you for what you do and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that so much. Just to build on his statement about future employees and future workers, what JAG does, like I've already said, are bridge gaps and barriers to graduation. And I know I brought this up prior to now, but the national average is for graduation is 84%. So if we graduated, 50 students, you could expect what, 8? To not make it as according to the national average. Well, at Highland, I know in particular, we have a 100% graduation rate. So when you consider the fact that there are 16 more law-abiding, tax-paying, working students and young adults in a county the size of Crenshaw, that is a significant impact. It impacts us now. It impacts our future. It impacts our retirement. It impacts our Social Security. It impacts our health care. It impacts our child care. There is a butterfly effect from starting to build up youth at your age and making sure you're employable and not afraid to grow up and become part of this society of grown-ups that I used to be terrified of. So I understand that, and I know a lot of these pieces of paper on the ground said they are no longer fearful to be adults or to be college students. And to help eliminate that is a really prideful moment for me. Now, also, thank you so much for RC&D Wireless for, I just got a quote this morning on my email, and we're going to get that grant finished up and get these students proficient in Office ASAP. We have JCE Electrical. Thank you very much. They're always there when things are needed or asked for, and always say, whatever you need, just let us know. Just let us know. So they have just really been huge supporters The Thompson family, we have students here who are Thompsons, and one, two, they're actually both officers. Their family's been instrumental in helping maintain our hygiene closet. Martha Brown, nobody here knows Martha Brown, but I do very well. She's the other half that maintains our hygiene closet. We offer these things for our students at any time that they may need something. We did have a really great visit with Crenshaw County Retired Teachers Association, and we did procure some donors from that really helped us get to Orlando. Yes, Orlando. We've been a good number of places lately. And of course, Mr. Hawthorne, thank you so much for, I feel like sometimes I just say I need things and I feel like I'm waiting on the no day, really. So I appreciate the opportunity for them to let me run this program and let me be inventive and let my students lead me in what they need. And they are always, he and Mrs. Catrick. Mrs. Ashley Catrick is our county CTE director. They just know that whatever we're doing up here in JAG is for the good of our students, and they're totally supportive. And beyond that, all of course, Crenshaw County staff, Mr. Coleman, who couldn't be here today, and Coach Jordan, assistant principal, he's in training, and Miss Bain is trying to run the show without two of them, I believe. And all the other staff that have been so helpful. So there is help with our funding. Now, I would like to invite a student for her testimony. I'm going to talk to you real quick about competition and what it does. So when I say we needed funding for competition, or this is where the money's going, uniforms for competition, maybe you won't be confused about what that means to us. So Savannah Edgar would like to offer her testimony on competition.
Good morning. My name is Savannah Edgar, and I have a story to tell you. When I was in the 9th grade, I was put in a class named JAG. One day, early in the year, my teacher, Scott Donaldson, looked at me and my classmates and asked if we would be interested in this competition called JAG Bowl. After a quick explanation, we knew that we wanted to compete, and we were given flashcards with vocabulary words on them. Time passed, and by Christmas, Mr. Donaldson had decided to pursue a career as a minister. We were scared, but then his replacement, Miss Leslie Flowers, stepped in. I remember she introduced herself, and as soon as she was done, we asked, "Are we still going to be able to compete?" She had no idea what we were talking about, but she found out very quickly. Soon enough, she had gotten us the resources we needed, and the next thing you know, it was time for our JAG South District Conference. I can still remember how incredibly nervous we all were. We were so excited when we won the conference first place. Our excitement would continue to grow as the state conference came, and with our hard work, we won state competition as well. We won. We were going to Dallas, Texas. It was incredible. Dallas was one of the best experiences I've ever had. When it came time for us to compete, we were the most nervous I've ever felt. The first round came and we won. We worked through the round slowly and we kept moving further. The final round was so tense, but with the final score of 3-2, we won. My team had won a national championship. Soon afterwards, we were asked to meet the governor, and then the next year came. While we knew that we had done a great job, we also knew that we weren't perfect. We built a 3-inch binder full of manuals and handbooks, and even built ourselves a study guide containing around 150 questions, in addition to our previous 350 questions. Our second district competition was very easy compared to the first. State, however, was a completely different story. We easily breezed through the first round, but on our final round, we were up against a North District team called Morgan County. They are easily the toughest competition we've ever had. We beat them, and we would beat them again to earn our second national title in Orlando, Florida. This year, we've lost 2 of our team members, and while I miss them greatly, I'm very confident that with my two new team members, Chris Thompson and Anna Kate Foster, as well as our new alternate, Lori Majors, she's in the back there, we will once again achieve greatness. Knowledge Bowl has not only given me some of the best opportunities I've ever had, but it also developed me as not only a team player, but also a leader. JAG has helped me realize my passions, grow my confidence, and put me where I am today. This year, I have assumed the role of our Knowledge Bowl team captain and the role of HHS JAG president-elect. I know that with this amazing program, I will be able to continue to grow and develop into the best person I can be. I highly urge all of you, if you would like to consider competing because it can open more doors for you than you could have ever imagined. I'm only one of JAG's many success stories, and I think any one of you can become one as well. My name is Savannah, and if you have any questions regarding JAG after the ceremony, feel free to ask me.
Thank you. So from a student, that's a little bit about competition. They are absolutely on a fast train for a three-peat on that national title. I have no doubts about them. Morgan County did bring the heat, but at the end of the day, they absorbed an exuberant amount of information, something that you would look at and think isn't even achievable, really. As grown, very smart, educated adults, that is a scary binder. And they study at night, they study on the weekends, they study when I don't know they're studying. They think about studying when they're not studying. It's an incredible dedication to our program, and it has gained lots of notoriety, which has really helped. We do have maybe, hopefully, 2 or 3 currently that are looking at internships, and it's strictly due to networking with these people who recognize a Highland Home JAG from competition. They know that, they know we mean business. I was teaching at national workshops over the summer for National JAG, and I wasn't offended, but I stood up. I said, I'm Leslie Flowers with Highland Home JAG in Alabama, and somebody from the back said, they like to win everything. And I was like, well, of course we like that. Who doesn't like to win, you know? But if you have children, students, young adults, like I have in my classroom every day, it's not me wanting to win. They encourage me to help them win. It's their dedication. They're the ones who don't want to lose, and really sometimes I don't want to let you guys down. So I said, yes ma'am, they do. They want to win everything, but they are humble enough to know that they can't always be that person. So that's about competition. So Savannah mentioned that there was an Orlando trip where we were national competitors and won. And I would like to invite Diana Acosta. She's recently graduated. Savannah Edgar and Cheyenne Kinman. If you guys don't mind standing right here. Just line up right here. These guys won 2 consecutive national championships in their event. This was striking. Now, bear with me. I have something for them. They have these huge championship rings that who's wearing one? I know you are. That they boast. And they're gorgeous. But I didn't think any one of them would wear 2 rings that giant at any time. So Mrs. Catrick helped us pick out pendants. So you'll be receiving a beautiful national championship pendant today. And they are marked with their names. Here they are. I know you can't see them very well, but they're very beautiful. They're sterling and they'll last forever and ever. So, Diana. You like it? We're going to sign in first. She's right. And she comes back for us. Y'all, I squint all the time with my glasses on my head. My kids are saying, Miss Flowers, put your glasses on. All right, Cheyenne. There you go. That was beautiful. Savannah. There you go. And here's the So these tenants are to represent, I'm going to, without fail, say hundreds of hours of study. And they deserve every bit of that. So, good job. Round of applause. Thank you. We'll fix it. Secondly, we also had another team that went to compete, and they wound up being 6th in the nation. That was our Love Project, Lifting Our Voices for Equity. We discovered that there may be a gap in early intervention of mental health of students if they were having a hard day, if they had a hard night. Who knows what they went through or endured that morning? Nobody. And so we built a calm corner in our room in order for them to just decompress. Because oftentimes you can see it on a student's face that it's just been a long day and you don't know what they're facing any longer. So if they had just 15 or 20 minutes to sit in quiet and to calm down, we could prevent ISS referrals from them lashing out and just not having a minute to think about the best decisions they could make. And so the Love Project, who do I have here? Recent grad, Haley Burridge. We have Skylar Stokes here. And we are missing 2 that I hate they couldn't be here, but I'm so proud that they have such incredible jobs. They're traveling all over the country, rebuilding prisons, and this is what they secured. One just got out of basic training in AIT, and he's waiting to go to college. And the other, that's Wyatt Gerard and Troy Kelly, is also waiting on this one here to graduate so they can get to lineman school together. But meanwhile, they have this really, really great position. So these guys play 6th in the nation for the Love Project, along with their 2 teammates who aren't here. And I have, where is it, please? Here they are. Give rings. That would, I'm afraid if we start that, we'll spend $50,000 a year in rings. I don't know where these kids might meet us. So, I just want to recognize them, Haley. JAG, please. Skylar, here's a JAG, please. And these guys, they were the most excited I think I've ever seen anybody to win. I had it live on Facebook, and there were hundreds of views because the energy that came out of them that day when it happened was just viral. So we appreciate y'all, and thank you for coming back. She come out of So that's a little bit about competitive events and kind of what drives them. And what I do is I take their competitive events and turn it into curriculum. We have people who do mock interviews. Last year we had the 5th ranking student in the country with employability skills. And she's graduated in Columbus, Georgia now. But I can take these competitive events and turn it into curriculum for our students. Business plans, help them with their finances. Prepared speaking, not being nervous to do what I'm doing here. So, Amber, you have a few words to say.
Today, we welcome you all to witness a program that brings promise, purpose, and hope for so many students. JAG was designed to help children overcome obstacles many others have never faced, and it does just that and so much more. To me personally, JAG is a family, a home, a place where none of us are burdens to anyone or anything, including our past or present situations. Today I stand here speaking to you as your Alabama JAG president and Highland chapter president to tell you that JAG does change lives. Whether JAG has helped you achieve higher grades or is your only motivation to come to school in the morning, this program means something to each and every one of us. This program provides support. It assures us that we matter, that what we do actually matters. Ms. Flowers basically told me this once. You can either stay stuck in your past forever, or you can use it as fuel to decide who you are going to be in your future. I'm so grateful that this program gives us that support to change our present situations and create our own future success. I believe each and every one of you are destined for amazing and great things, not only because you are a JAG, but because I know you all have your own fire that fuels you. Let's use that to our advantage and create our own futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. This presentation of hers makes her state president material. She has wonderful words and can portray them so well, and she remembers everything. I did not remember that she remembered that statement, but we do tell students, use failures or endeavors to build you and fuel you into the future, and she hangs on to everything. So with that, I do believe we have covered everything, except I'm just going to quickly ask, and I'm not sure if anybody's going to take me up on it. Is there anything anyone would like to add from our student population? Look, nobody's in trouble. I'm just asking. So, Christopher, come see me. Christopher is our treasurer. He fought and won a position on our next Knowledge Bowl team, and just shocked the world. He's really quiet, and I had no idea that he was going to be interested, and he come in and absolutely nailed it. So hopefully we'll get to travel, maybe even to St. Louis in the spring. So.
My name is Christopher Thompson. JAG's impacted me in many ways. If I said everything JAG and Miss Leslie has done for me, I'd be here all day. But to shorten it, JAG has made insane changes in my grade, life, and outlook at school. I'm incredibly happy to come to school every day to be a part of JAG. I couldn't talk enough about the tremendous achievements I've gained and will gain during my only 1 year in JAG. But I'm very excited for everything to come.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it is my second year in JAG. I would just like to say a couple of things. It has changed my life around so much. I used to be in ISS constantly and just not do good in school. My grades were failing. But since I've come to JAG, my grades have been improved. I've been coming to school more, and I just love coming to school every single day. JAG has changed my life around incredibly, and ever since then, I don't regret joining JAG a day in my life.
I think they know I'm proud of you. Thank you. I was not expecting that. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of all of you guys for everything you've done and how we work together. And I do believe it's time to conclude our ceremony. And anyone here is available if you'd like to visit our classroom and to just kind of see what we have going on. There are 1 million moving parts, it seems, to JAG, but you are welcome to walk down there with me and just have a look around if you'd like. And we can also show off our class pet. We have a Madagascar JAG code with an enclosure that GEICO were kind enough to give to us when I said, students, all right, you have the sponsorship, so what do you think we could do with it, or how can we show them appreciation for what they've done? And we need a lizard. And they sent us Martin. So Martin is taking care of our whole class from time to time. Trip Ackerman was really instrumental in helping get him set up and kind of oversees Martin's general health. And so together we're gonna give Martin the best time ever, and we are so grateful. That really brought tons of light to our classroom. And Amber concluded our meeting for today.
I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. It truly is an honor to represent these students and their voices, because each and every one of them matters. May I have a motion to adjourn? May I have a second motion? Meeting adjourned.
Good job, guys. So if you'll get right behind. Okay.